Now at 5, Webb City official warns about potential consequences of an I-44 widening project. Plus, a donation to a Joplin organization aims to help people in need receive necessary medical equipment. And
Trump's fixer turned foe takes the stand in the former president's so-called hush money trial. I'm Jared Hill outside the courthouse with what Michael Cohen has told the jury.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The city administrator of Webb City believes Project Forward 44 will cost Jasper County potential interstate funding. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Forward 44 aims to improve I-44 through a series of projects widening the interstate, as well as bridge improvements and replacements. One project plans $31.4 million for roadway improvements near the Fidelity interchange. However, Webb City Administrator Carl Francis says this project will cost Jasper County potential interstate funding for Freeway 249. Francis says Freeway 249 should be considered an interstate so Jasper County can receive more funding and reduce the flow of traffic near the Fidelity interchange.
I think that Jasper County is about to miss out on the future possibility of interstate highway inside Jasper County. 18 miles worth of interstate highway in Jasper County will never be turned to interstate, because if they leave 49 on I-44, that's the end of it.
KOAM reached out to State Representative Cody Smith for a statement. We have not yet received a response. Didn't need any more rain, got it anyway. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
We did get some more rain, but luckily we don't have any severe threats as of right now. Temperatures across the region here in the south, you're in the 70s, 70 Newada, 71 Independence, 72 Veneta, so a little bit warmer in the south, cooler in the north, 66 in Nevada, 67 in Stockton. Now we've had a lot of rainfall already today, just southwest of Monette, about 2 inches. The rest of us anywhere from a tenth of an inch to inch and a half. Not too much rainfall, but we're unfortunately continuing that rain trend. But luckily, the main threat for any of these storms to really develop in with stronger wind gusts and hail will be more out of our area, southeast of us. But we do have a few more rain showers continuing for the evening, and I'll have more details for you in just a bit.
See you soon. Southwest Missouri organization today made a donation to help people receive life-saving medical equipment and supplies. The Jasper and Newton Counties chapter of 100 Women Who Care donated this great big $4,200 check to the Medical Loan Closet in Joplin. That organization loans out new and used medical equipment to people in need.
There's many people who need equipment that is not covered by their insurance, or they can't get it in a timely fashion, so we stand in the gap between what you need and what you can get through insurance.
Officials say the donation is going to cover 4 months of rent for the organization's warehouse. Bourbon County, Kansas residents will head to the polls tomorrow for a special election regarding a new sales tax. The county wants to adopt a 1/4-cent retail sales tax for 5 years. They say the money would help establish and operate a new emergency department in the county following the closure of Ascension Via Christi's ER in Fort Scott. If approved, the tax would take effect on October 1st. The man who once said he would take a bullet for Donald Trump testified against him today at the former president's criminal trial in New York. Jared Hill reports from outside the courthouse.
Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former longtime personal lawyer and fixer, took the stand Monday.
You plan on telling the truth?
In his testimony, Cohen detailed so-called catch-and-kill operations to quash unfavorable press about his former boss. Cohen implicated Trump in a 2015 effort to kill a false negative story a Trump Tower doorman had been shopping. Cohen testified that Trump told him, quote, "Make sure that this story doesn't get out. You handle it."
The prosecution has to portray Cohen as a fixer who was, the henchman to Donald Trump, close to him, set on, doing his dirty work.
Cohen's $130,000 payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels is at the heart of the case. Prosecutors say Trump directed Cohen to make the payment ahead of the 2016 election to keep Daniels quiet about an alleged 2006 sexual encounter with Trump. Prosecutors say Trump then engaged in election fraud by classifying checks Cohen received as legal payments when they were really reimbursements for the Daniels deal, meant to sway the election. The former president has pleaded not guilty and says the encounter with Daniels didn't happen.
Got no evidence, and I'm innocent.
With former President Trump under a gag order not to talk about witnesses, he didn't comment on Michael Cohen's testimony today. Instead, Trump allies attacked Cohen's credibility.
This guy is a convicted felon. Does any reasonable, sensible person believe anything that Michael Cohen says? I don't think that they should.
Michael Cohen has admitted to lying under oath. He also served jail time on federal charges related to these payments. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
The prosecution is expected to wrap up its case later this week. Wildfire smoke from Canada is having an impact on air quality in the upper Midwest. Smoke from more than 100 Canadian wildfires has been spreading into the U.S., triggering air quality alerts in Wisconsin and Minnesota. The scene is similar to last summer when residents in multiple states dealt with hazy skies and smoky air. Experts say Canada's unprecedented fires could send even more smoke farther south this year.
I would suspect it may even be worse this year. We had very large amount of dormant fires in the Northeast and south of our community. Very little snow, virtually no snowpack. And we entered the spring in a Category 5 drought situation.
So far, the wildfires in Canada have burned more than 13,000 acres. Officials in Minnesota urge people to limit their time outdoors today and to keep their windows closed. Still ahead, dogs to the rescue.
Bringing joy to government workers. I'm Natalie Brand with a look at how these therapy dogs are on a mission to deliver relief during stressful times.
Plus, how new AI apps are helping doctors recognize depression symptoms. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, new smartphone apps with artificial intelligence might soon be able to detect users' mental health issues. Yeah, researchers say tracking daily physical and social behaviors catches changes a week or monthly therapy visit might miss. Dr. Nicholas Jacobson co-created the app Mood Capture as part of a recent Dartmouth College study. Users have selfies taken from their phone while answering questions about their mood. The AI model was 75% accurate in detecting depression signals.
Yeah. And really the purpose of it is not to just monitor folks continuously in a big brother way. It's to try to actually put power back into their hands using data that's really from their daily lives and informs their mental health needs.
The study collected more than 125,000 images from 177 participants. Researchers want to improve the app's security by ensuring the photos never leave the phone. Therapy dogs are bringing relief to government workers from Capitol Hill to the State Department and USAID. The dogs are on a mission to bring a bit of happiness during increasingly stressful times. Natalie Brand tagged along on one of the canine visits to get a look at the benefits.
They travel to some of the most powerful, high-stress jobs in the nation's capital to deliver a needed pause.
It's a super popular day whenever we get the notices.
Therapy dogs from the nonprofit organization PAL provide cuddles, comfort, but most importantly, a bit of self-care.
By taking care of themselves, I think they may be in a better place to do the work that they're doing.
Sharon Forrence works at the Staff Care Service Center for the U.S. Agency for International Development. She says the dog's twice-a-month visits have the added bonus of drawing people to her department.
But it also allows us to talk about the programs that we have for all of the staff members here and their family members.
There's such a need. There's a big demand.
Heather Gomes, executive director of PAL, says the pups and their volunteer handlers also visit the State Department weekly, as well as the U.S. Senate and Capitol Hill police officers on holidays.
I think it helps alleviate burnout, for sure. We need to take a break. We can't be running on adrenaline all the time.
Research has shown animal-assisted therapy can reduce anxiety, stress, and fatigue. Gretchen Burkle, who works in USAID's Bureau for the Middle East, brought her colleagues for a moment of calm.
It's important to be able to step away just for a few minutes, kind of catch your breath, refocus a bit.
She says they leave revived, renourished, and ready to get back to work. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
PAL says all therapy dog handlers are volunteers. There is no fee to any of the host sites. The dogs also visit hospitals, schools, and other workplaces. Scientists at the University of California, San Diego are exploring a possible link between changes in metabolism and the development of autism spectrum disorder. While there are known genetic risk factors, the researchers say their study showed children with ASD had strikingly different ways their bodies respond to metabolic stress. The scientists think the research could help lead to better detection methods and potential medications to manage autism symptoms. That is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, Joplin has a new burger joint. We're going to check out the opening of Whataburger's newest location.
And rain continues throughout the rest of the day. We'll have more details right after the break. We did have a really great weekend, but unfortunately rain came back. Luckily, without all of this severe threat that we've seen the last couple of weeks. So let's take a look outside at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. We can see a lot of cumulus clouds, cumulonimbus clouds, and some rain pushing into Seneca, Missouri as well. So the rain that we've already had accumulated just southwest of Manette has the most rainfall so far, about 2 inches, a little bit above 2 inches. Now everywhere in the blue, less than ½ of an inch, so not seeing much. And then everywhere in the green, that's Joplin area, Pittsburgh, Independence, Bartlesville, Veneta, all of those areas. Those are seeing about an inch or ½ an inch to an inch and a half of rainfall amounts. Now, it'll continue as we do have a few more showers and thunderstorms pushing through. No severe threat, but we do see a few stronger storms, heavier rainfall amounts. So it's going towards Miami, Veneta, Grove, and Joplin pushing through as well. Neosho, Pineville, all of those areas getting the rain that's moving in. But like I said, that severe threat's dropped off. So we're not really seeing much there. We do have a few more chances of these thunderstorms for the rest of the day, mostly scattered and isolated in nature. But that low threat that we're really seeing is just southeast of Joplin and east of Joplin as well. So if you're in those southeastern and eastern counties, you may see that low threat, which is just stronger wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. No storms tomorrow and a low to non-severe threat of storms on Wednesday as well. And the rain that we're getting for the rest of the day, like I said, some of these storms are very isolated in nature. So across the board, not getting much more. Veneta getting almost ½ an inch more for the rest of the day. Everywhere else, about 1/10 of an inch if you're going to see rain tonight. So the rest of the day, we're not going to see much going on. Here's a future track. Like I said, a few isolated cells that'll be passing by over the next few hours, but they will move out of the area. And then tomorrow morning, early in the morning when you're starting your day, we'll have a few more showers push in if you're in the Missouri or Arkansas side. A few more showers will be pushing through and then clearing out. And for most of the day on Tuesday, it's going to be clear before the next round of storms roll in. And this will be Wednesday morning. And like I said, we're not having any severe threat for the rest of the week. We do see some stronger storms on the horizon, but no tornado expectations as of right now. And so this is 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Rain starts to push in, widespread rain showers, no isolated storms at this time, and then they'll continue to dissipate as they move into the area closer to Joplin and off in those eastern counties as well. So let's take a look at that 10-day forecast today. We have those showers continuing for the rest of the evening. Those continue into the morning on Tuesday, mostly cloudy day on Wednesday, but some isolated storms that pop back up again. And then Thursday, Friday, we'll have those scattered thunderstorms as well. Temperatures start to warm up for the weekend as the sun comes out. And then we've got more chances of rain and thunderstorms in the following week.
Good, there's nothing severe on the horizon, but boy, we barely had a chance to dry out, and here comes more rain.
That is fair, but I am glad no severe threat.
Yeah, we all are. Thanks, Lindsay. Memorial Day weekend is going to be here soon. Coming up, we'll look ahead to what travelers can expect for all modes of transportation. Topping today's Consumer Watch, a line of cars stretched into a residential area in Joplin as people packed the streets to get a taste of Whataburger. What a line. The burger chain officially opened its location at 2014 Range Line today. though just the drive-through for now. Officials say they haven't fully opened yet to allow the restaurant's 8 employees to get used to the kitchen and ordering process. The first 100 customers today received Whataburger swag. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission votes in favor of a new rule expected to bring significant reforms to the nation's aging electrical grid. The chair of the 3-member group says without this sort of action, the nation wouldn't be able to handle the increased demand and extreme weather. This new rule aims to make it easier to build regional high-voltage electrical towers to deliver more electricity and clean energy to the grid. The Memorial Day weekend is fast approaching, so if you haven't made your travel plans yet, well, you better hurry. AAA says it's going to be the busiest in nearly 20 years. 43.8 million people are expected to travel 50 miles or more for the holiday. Reporter Chris Van Cleve looks at what you need to know about the holiday weekend travel.
On board the brand new Carnival Forense ahead of its sold-out inaugural Mexican cruise.
It's geared toward families, fun.
The summer vacation season has started a little early for the cruise family.
This is probably the most eventful vacation you can have in such a small area.
Part of it is also you can sort of lock in the cost.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Cruising is surging in popularity. Nearly 35 million passengers are expected this year, 5 million more than pre-pandemic. The Forense was originally intended to serve China, but was shifted to the U.S. instead to meet the demand.
We're well booked ahead of where we would normally be. We have inventory open through the first half of 2026.
Are you full for the summer of 2024?
There's still space available, but we are telling people you've got to book early and plan ahead.
Carnival President Christine Duffy.
We're seeing more people that are discovering cruising as a great family vacation. The value of a cruise vacation relative to what it costs today to go to a resort makes it extremely attractive and efficient and easy.
AAA expects travel by cruising or train to jump nearly 6% this Memorial Day. The vast majority, though, will drive, a record 38.4 million, up 4% from last year. Gas prices have been ticking down, though they're still sitting about 8 cents a gallon higher than they were last year nationally.
People are still prioritizing travel, and they're budgeting for it. Maybe they're cutting back in other areas of their life, but we're not seeing people pull back on travel and how they're spending.
And at airports, AAA expects about 5% more flyers this Memorial Day. Joy Noel Bolanig booked her summer trips months ago, but pivoted destinations when she spotted a deal.
To go to Japan would have been $1,200 round trip for one person. When we switched to go to Canada, it was $1,200 round trip for both of us.
AAA expects the busiest times on the roads will be next Thursday and Friday between noon and 7. United Airlines expects its busiest day leading into Memorial Day will be Thursday. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News.
A final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, tips for students still waiting on federal college aid packages to go through. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more on the concerns from a Webb City official about plans to expand Interstate 44. Plus, customers and employees are evacuated from Joplin's 15th Street Walmart today after a gas leak. And a Pitt State softball standout earns a Player of the Year award. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Bit of a soggy start to the work week, but nothing threatening, and I guess it certainly could be worse.
It could be worse. It is a little menacing out there. Some of those clouds look scary, but we're just seeing some normal spring thunderstorms, which is a breath of fresh air after all of the damaging storms that we've seen the last couple of weeks. These storms continue into the morning on Tuesday. Another round comes in Wednesday morning with isolated thunderstorms and scattered thunderstorms continuing for the rest of the work week.
All right, so maybe we'll get a chance to mow again before the week is out. We'll see. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.